In this mobile home renovation, we did something most contractors probably wouldn't agree with. We decided not to use drywall mud on the seams and use trim instead, and this decision probably saved us over a week. Welcome back to episode 4 of From Rough In to Rent Ready. I am outside the red mobile home, and I just wanted to zoom out real quick and give you guys a little bit of context about this investment property, why we're here, and what we're doing. So this is a mobile home park, I guess you would call it. There is 4 mobile homes set here. We are working on the back 2. So the front 2, the green one and the blue one, were already rented and are doing really well. The back 2, the red one and the gray one, were both condemned properties that we have now pulled permits on and have begun full renovations. The gray one is only awaiting final inspection, and that should be this week. And the red one is the one that you guys have been seeing videos on. So that's a little bit about this project. They are investment properties, and we are pursuing to get them rent ready as soon as possible so that my friend Philip can start making a return on his money. Now I'm gonna walk inside and show you guys some of what we've done inside. I've realized that I've done a poor job of explaining why we're doing things in this order. So this is gonna be a little bit of a sequencing walkthrough. So as you guys can see, in this room, the first round of trim is complete. The drywall screw holes are mudded. All the trim is not caulked. That will be in the next video, but a lot of the nail holes already have the wood filler in them. So this looks like this all the way through the mobile home. The crown flat stock trim is in, all the window trim is in, all the ceiling seam trim is in. We did leave this part out and this little piece out and that piece of crown out because the kitchen cabinets will go here. So that trim will finish into the kitchen cabinets as we walk into the hallway and laundry room. You can see we've already set the doors, trimmed those out, took the doors off in preparation for paint. We have installed the PVC trim that goes around the shower, and that is just for better water protection. I think the pine would do fine. MDF does not do well in a shower area, but our inside corners and outside corners are done. The back bedroom looks about the same. We have mudded over most of the drywall screw holes, except most of our trim. I don't know that we have any. Nope, we gotta do the closet. This closet is left. We need to run our crown and corner trim in this closet. But I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the decision-making process in a investment property. So you kind of have to play the game between time and money because for an investment property, you are trying to get the most return on your money for the least amount invested. I mean, that is what an investment is. And so we are trying to do this quickly and cost efficiently and effectively for my friend Philip. With that, there are some decisions to be made. So we made the decision to run trim everywhere in this mobile home, even on the drywall seams. That trim will run from the crown down to the top of the baseboard. We decided to do that instead of mud. One, because of the season, it is just cold outside and the mud would take longer to dry, but also it is just quicker. So we trimmed 90 or 95% of this mobile home out in about 2 days. I think if we did the drywall mudding process, we would have to have a minimum of 2 coats. In between each one of those coats, it would probably take 48 hours to dry. It is cold. We do not have a heat source in here yet. So we chose time over money. And so the trim material was definitely more expensive than what the drywall mud would be. I think a 5-gallon bucket of drywall mud is like 20 or 25 bucks. The tape is super inexpensive. I think the big bulk order for this trim was about $1,000, so it's definitely more expensive, but we finished it in 2 days versus maybe a week or a week and a half for the drywall mud. So that's a decision that we made, and I think we're gonna be happy with the overall process. So one advantage that I have on this project that I haven't had on any previous projects and that most of you probably do not have on your project is that I have two units side by side that are just about the exact same. We use the exact same layout, we're using the same material, same flooring, just about same everything. So that gave me the ability to run through that project fully. We're now waiting final inspection, and then take things from that one that I could do differently here to make the process better and cheaper. So one thing, and an example of that, is the drywall seams in the kitchen. On the last one, we left them without mud, just like everywhere else, because we were doing seam trim everywhere. Well, what we realized once we got our cabinets in over there is that that's going to be the backsplash, just painted drywall. We didn't want to put trim there because we just thought that it would look better for there to be a flat backsplash. So now we went ahead and just mudded those drywall seams. So there is a real advantage to having two units side by side, because you can just learn from the first one and do it on the second one, and it's back to back. As opposed to when projects are spread out and every project's different, you have to kind of file that in your brain and then remember back and have forward enough thinking to say, oh, I need to go ahead and do this now because this will help me later in the process. So the next two steps for us in this process are: one, get the entire mobile home fully paint ready. What that means for us, we'll be filling all the nail holes in all the trim, caulking all the seams, putting tape over all of our receptacle outlets, and putting plastic and tape over all of our windows. Then we'll be able to come in with our spray gun and spray the entire mobile home. The second step that we are going to do ASAP is hook the breakers up to the electrical panel. What that will give us the ability to do is call the county for a release, and then they will release it to the utility company. And then Duke Power will come out and hook up our outside box from the top of that head over to that power pole. And I'm super excited for that, because getting us power is going to be the greatest day of my life. We have ran this whole project off of just generators, or one generator, and it's about 5 gallons of gas a day, so it is costing us some money. We will just be able to then hook up the mini split unit, and we will have heat, which I am also super excited about, because I have been cold on every single day of this project. So that's what we have moving forward, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.